Well, good day, Tim. This is kind of a video response to a question I had on a video on buying tips on buying a shortwave radio, and generally, one of the first rules I have is, unless it's a really old radio, most modern radios. One of my rules is no slide rule radios. What I mean by that is no radios with the tuning dial pulled or pushed by the string. One of my other rules is never buy anything you can't pronounce the name of, especially after 6 months. If 6 months have went by and you still can't pronounce the name of it, you might want to give it a miss. Anything that sells, retail for less than it costs to ship, I probably would steer clear of. And anything you'd see at a fair, that's something you'd get as a prize in a game of chance is probably a no-no. Now, all kidding aside, there was a kind of a flood of inexpensive, cheap shortwave radios. A lot of them are pretty small. They're the size of a pack of cigarettes, and a lot of them have what looks like, they promise a lot, and I think they deliver a little. If you're if you're aware of that and want to see, if you're just curious or want to see how cheaply something's made or just want something to play with, that's okay. If you're really serious about buying a radio, I think your money would be better spent somewhere else. But you'd think stuff like that would die out, especially if it's made so poorly or shoddily that it's unusable. But just for fun, I went on to one of the local internet auction sites, and I saw a radio that was AM/FM TV and had 7 shortwave bands, and it was $2.95, and the shipping was $3.85, and it came from Hong Kong, which is interesting to me because if I have to ship something to Hong Kong, it's, I think, a minimum of about $20. I'm not sure how they can ship something over here for $3, $4. And interesting to me was the number of people watching the site or sale was almost 200, and the number of people that had purchased this product was over 500. Now I'm not sure how long that sale had been going on, or that item had been for sale. It looked like in the past maybe 3 or 4 months that they had sold about 50 or 60 of these things, and people were buying them 2 and 3 at a time, which was interesting to me. Those kind of radios, I think, do more to hurt the hobby interest than they do to help. And I'm not sure why you would build, other than just to part somebody with their money, just to get their money away from them. I'm not sure why you would build such a device. They do nothing but harbor ill will. They're kind of the target of a lot of scorn. Now, on the flip side of that coin, I got a hold of I think it might have been a Cody, a little AM/FM radio, and it was pretty small. It was very tiny, and it had a little pair of headphones. I got a hold of it at a flea market. The guy had they were new in the package, and the guy had, I don't know how many of them, and they were $1. And I thought, well, it's $1. you know. And I was actually kind of surprised at the performance of the thing. And I threw it in I threw it in the truck just as a little kind of a knock around radio. I had a little pair of headphones. And I actually use it when I go to flea markets to kind of listen to the weather. Because some of the flea markets are out in the sticks a little bit and the cellular reception isn't too good. So for $1, I was kind of pleasantly surprised. Now on the flip side of the coin, I could have got something like this. This is a little Magnavox. This is an AM/FM TV. I got this in a box of stuff for $1. So this is probably, a quarter in the big scheme of things. It's actually ancient technology. So I guess it depends on what you expect to get out of a device when you buy it. If you're shopping around and looking, there's always that faction of people that are going to try and get your money away from you. And actually, when I looked at the online radio's ads, the $2 radio, highest quality. Well, I don't know about that. It's a little bit hazy. And they offer a 30-day guarantee. Well, there's the trick. The 30-day guarantee to get your money back is you have to return the product. Well, I can't return the product for $3.95 or whatever the shipping was. It's going to cost me at least $20. Well, for that much money, I'm just going to throw the thing in the trash. And I think when those things are built and designed, folks know that. I honestly think the packaging is more sophisticated than the radio sometimes. But there's a lot of products in general, not just shortwave radios, that are like that. It's a little disappointing. Actually, to be really honest, I'm not sure why you bother to even do stuff like that. To be really blunt, it's kind of a half-assed attempt. And all it does is waste a lot of resources. It wastes, materials, that you put into the device. It wastes energy, and it wastes, man hours or woman hours, depending on who's building them, or maybe children's hours that they could be, there might be better things than they could do. Now, maybe on the flip side of that, it provides some jobs to people that wouldn't have jobs and gives them a minimal wage to at least get something to eat. I don't know if you're going to buy, maybe if you're going to buy 1,000 of these $2 radios and dump them out of cargo planes with little parachutes on them over, some country that doesn't have radios, maybe that's a good deed. I don't know. I have mixed emotions about those things. I'd say as a general rule, I don't think much of them. But if you want to give it to a child to see how they interact with a piece of electronics, to see whether it's a hobby that they might pursue, under the guise of, well, I'll buy a $2 radio, and if they play with it for 2 or 3 months, then maybe there's some interest there. It might be money well spent. It might save you $100. I don't know. I really don't know. I'd say overall, my rules still apply. Avoid slide rule radios. New slide rule radios. I avoid things I can't pronounce, and I avoid things that the shipping is more than the product. That's my opinion. Take her easy. Have a good day.